Welcome, everybody. Any special requests today? Anything wanting attention? Low back? Sounds good. All right, let's start our practice recline today. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, drawing the heels towards the body, letting the knees just relax and fall out to the sides. Let the arms come to rest wherever they feel most comfortable. And just start to relax and settle in. Try to let go of the day. And whatever you may have brought with you to class. Whatever is lingering in your mind. Let go of the week. Go back as far as you need to, so that you're here in the present moment and not back in the past. And at the same time, as you bring yourself here to the present moment, try not to jump ahead, forward into the future, to your evening, to your weekend, to any events that are coming up. Doing your best to be here in the present moment, not just during the practice of yoga, but just throughout your life in general. Trying to be present. And as you begin to deepen your breath, try to be aware of every aspect of your breath. The temperature, the depth, the speed at which you're breathing. Be aware of all of it. And do your best to allow your lungs to expand in every direction that they can, not just bottom to top, but side to side and front to back. So as you inhale, belly fills, ribs expand, collarbones gently lift. As you exhale, the collarbones settle, the ribs regather, and the navel comes back towards the spine. Gravity right now is pulling your knees down towards the ground, pulling your shoulders down. On your next inhale, just let your knees come together. Take your arms to a T and turn your palms down to the ground. And inhale, let your knees just float towards your chest. As you exhale, allow those legs to come over to the right. Hover them as you turn your head to the left. So try to keep squeezing those legs together. Try to keep both shoulders on the ground. Good, on your next inhale, head and knees meet back at center, and as you exhale, simply change sides, hovering those legs to the left as you turn your head to the right. Try to keep squeezing those knees together, and on your next inhale, come up slowly. Exhale, change sides. Inhale, come through center, slowly to the other side. Inhaling to come up, both shoulders stay on the ground. Let your legs now come all the way to the right and relax them down before your left shoulder lifts. And if you prefer, your palms can face up. Try to close your eyes. Breathe as deeply as you can. Try to relax through the low back here. Taking a couple stretches before we begin to move. Turning your palms back down to the ground, waiting for the inhale, head and knees come up, and as you exhale, change sides, and before your right shoulder lifts, just simply set the feet down. And again, the palms can face up or down, your choice. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed and down, away from the ears. Try to keep the neck long, facial muscles relaxed, jaw relaxed. Turning those palms back down to the ground. On an inhale, head and knees rise back through center. Reach for your knees with your hands and just rock gently side to side. And you can continue to rock from side to side, or if you prefer to go up and down the length of the spine, come through center, take a grip on the back of the legs, pop the hips up, and begin to go up and down the spine. Keep the chin tucked in as you roll back so your neck is protected. Continue to breathe deeply and slowly. Good. See if you can roll back one more time and roll yourself up into a boat position. So keep those legs lifted. So you can hold the backs of the thighs, you can extend the arms, try to spread the toes as you lift that chest, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Try to keep the facial muscles relaxed, the jaw relaxed. Beautiful. Take another inhale. Lift the toes a little higher as you exhale. Cross the legs. Plant your hands in front of you. Step back to the top of a push-up. Holding here in your plank. If you need a modification, you would simply set the knees down, keeping the tailbone tucked and the low belly lifted. If the knees are down, the toes are still curled under as well. And now inhale, look forward and lower with control. Curl to your cobra, hold here, Bhujangasana. Stretch the toes back, drag the heart forward. Take another inhale, come up just a bit higher, and as you exhale, let the forehead touch down, tuck the toes. Inhale to plank. Exhale, press back to downward dog. Take a moment in this first downward dog to just stretch things out, moving parts of the body around as needed. Maybe the heels, maybe the hips are moving around, maybe you're moving the shoulders, the head. What is your body craving right now at this moment in time? And then see if you can find a static place in the pose. Maybe even close your eyes as you breathe. Good. On your next inhale, rise high on the toes, soften the knees as you look forward, and take it through to a seated position. And inhale up into your boat pose. Lift the chest. Squeeze between the blades. Squeeze those legs together. Good. Take another inhale. Lift the toes just a little higher. Can you cross the legs the opposite way? Plant the hands. Step back to plank. Good. So your shoulders are over your wrists. Tailbone tucked slightly. Belly lifted. Press the floor away from you through your hands. Inhale, looking slightly forward, lower with control as you exhale. Curl into your cobra. Relax the shoulders down. Hug the elbows in. Let your back do more work than your arms. Stretch those toes back. Push into the hands. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, forehead down as you tuck the toes. Inhale to plank. Press back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Keep pressing the heels down. as you root even more of the weight to the inner edges of both your feet and spiral your inner thighs towards the back of the space behind you. So we're going to do that all one more time. Inhaling onto the toes, soften the knees, look forward. Exhale through to seated. Inhaling into your boat, lift the chest. Lift those toes, squeeze those legs together. Find your edge. Try to keep your chest and your thighs in a fairly tight V position. Can you inhale those toes a little higher? Exhale, cross the legs, plant the hands, step back to the top of a push-up. And breathe. Try to keep those wrist creases parallel with the top edge of your mat. Gripping with the fingers, pressing the floor away from you, modifying if needed. Look forward as you inhale. Shoulders and hips lower at the same time as you exhale, and then curl into cobra. Hold here, shoulders stay down. Pull your chest through those hands, stretch those toes back behind you. Make sure your hands are back alongside that chest. Inhale, come up just a bit higher. Exhale, lower slope. Curl your toes under. Inhale, top of a push-up. Press back to downward dog. Relax your head, just let it hang. Press those heels gently down. And on an inhale, let your right leg float up behind you. Level your hips out, spread your toes. Try to keep pointing those right toes and that right kneecap down to the ground. Keep the weight even in both palms as you continue to press your left heel towards the earth. Inhale, take the right leg even higher, and then shoulders forward, knee to chest. Step your right foot up in between your hands and walk that right foot closer to the right hand, then center. Wiggle your left foot back. Rise to the pads of the fingers, looking forward. Bend deeply into your right knee, pulling right hip back, left hip forward. Take your gaze down to the floor, keeping your neck in line with the spine, and inhale, take your arms out like wings. Breathe. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, let those fingers come back down to the ground. Take your left hand in a bit closer to your right foot and take your right arm straight out to the right. Look at your thumb. Inhale, start to lift that right arm up. Spiral that chest, open to the right. Bend that right knee deeply over that right ankle. Keep pressing that left thigh up towards the ceiling above you and take one more inhale. Exhale, lower the right arm. Plant both palms. Without lifting the heel of either hand, step your right foot back to join your left foot, and you're at the top of a push-up. Simply press back to your downward dog. Hips high, press the heels down, push the chest back. And on the inhale, the left leg lifts slowly up. Hips remain level as you flex that left foot and spread the toes. Keep pressing that right heel down. Try to keep that left hip level with the right hip. Good, take that left leg even higher as you inhale, shoulders forward, knee to chest. Take a big step up with that left foot, walk it out to the left, start to wiggle that right foot back. Trying to get your right leg as straight as possible. Pull left hip back, right hip forward. Try to get your hips to sink down to the height of that bent left knee if possible. Some of you might be even lower than that. As you look down to the floor, bringing your neck in line with your spine, on an inhale, take your arms out slowly to the sides. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Take one more inhale. and the fingerprints come back down slowly. Right hand comes in a bit closer to the left foot, left arm out like a wing. Look at your thumb. Inhale, start to lift that left arm up slowly. Keep pressing that right leg as straight as you can. Keep pushing the back of your right thigh up towards the ceiling as you bend deeply into your left knee and melt your hips down towards the ground. On the inhale, that left arm reaches higher. As you exhale, left hand comes down. Plant both palms. Pick up the left foot, it joins the right. You're at the top of a push-up, press back to downward dog. And breathe. Hips high, chest back, heels pressed down. Thumbs are reaching inwards, pinky fingers stretching outwards. Good, on your inhale, rise high on the toes, soft knees, look forward. This time bring your feet right in between your hands. And come up halfway as you inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold chest to thighs. Inhale, circle the arms up, lift the chin, look up, palms pressed together, bring your hands down to your heart. Feet together, big toes touch, bend your knees. Sit your hips down low, squeeze your knees and your thighs together, and then inhale into your chair, Uttanasana. Straighten those arms, look up if you can. Point your tailbone just slightly downwards, pull the shoulders down. Keep squeezing those knees together, keep squeezing those thighs together. Now taking your gaze forward or slightly downward, start to lift your heels up and bend your knees just a tiny bit deeper. Breathe. Find your edge, focus your eyes, take another inhale, and as you exhale, set the heels down slowly. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, look up. Tip back as you exhale and hold the back bend. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Try to really reach those arms back behind you, pressing those hips forward. Beautiful, inhale, back up, turn the palms out and swan dive all the way down. Look forward and lengthen the spine. Take a grip on the ankles or calves. Pull yourself down into an active forward bend, Uttanasana, breathe. Stretch out that low back. Lift those hips gently away from the heels. Keep drawing the shoulders back away from the ears. Beautiful. As you inhale, look forward and lengthen. As you exhale, plant your palms, step back to the top of a push-up. Take a deep breath in, look forward, and exhale, lower with control. Right down, forehead down, clasp your hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try to straighten the arms as much as you can. So your fingers are interlaced and your hands have made a fist. So your palms face one another. Inhale, send the chin forward and start to lift through the back of the head. And now allow your arms to just pull about an inch away from the body and then start to really extend your knuckles back towards those heels. Do you have it in you to go further? The option is there to lift both legs up as well, really stretching those toes back as you pull the heart forward. Can you inhale, come up even higher, exhale, release it down, plant your hands beside your chest, tuck your toes, inhale to plank, exhale back to downward dog. Breathe here. In through the nose and out through the nose. On the inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, shoulders forward, knee to chest, step your right foot up. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Take that left foot back as far as you can. Look out in front of you. Inhale, start to come up. Circle the arms up. Sink those hips down. Still drawing the left hip forward as you shift the right hip back. Lifting the chin, opening the throat. Take another inhale, really extend back, look forward, turn your palms out, circle the arms around behind your back and clasp those hands. Step your left foot a little closer. Root firmly into that right foot and leg and start to lift that left leg up, flexing it, hinging from the hips into your warrior three variation. Try to keep your torso and your left leg in line with one another. Keep drawing those shoulders down away from those ears. Big deep breath comes in. As you exhale, take a step back with the left foot. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, plant your palms. Right foot joins the left. Press back to downward dog. Take a moment. Stretch it out. Relax your head, just let it hang. Inhale, left leg lifts. Shoulders forward, knee to chest, left foot up. Widen that stance to a hip distance width. Look forward, and when you're ready, inhale, take it up into your crescent warrior. Sitting those hips nice and low. Lifting the heart, lifting the chin. Take another inhale, really extend and reach through the hands. Look forward, turn the palms out. Circle the arms around behind the back. This time, opposite fingers cross over. Step the right foot a little closer. When you're ready, take the weight into that left foot. Start to lift the right leg up. Hinging from the hips into your warrior three. However far you feel able to take it today. Just ensuring that your torso and your right leg maintain a straight line. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just step the right foot back. Inhale, the arms reach up, and then release the palms down. With both palms planted, left foot steps back, press back to down dog. Take a few breaths here. Good, take a full inhale, and as you exhale, lower your knees and untuck your toes. Take it all the way back into child's pose. Relaxing here. Coming up into table pose. Sliding your left hand forward a few inches, and then slide it out to the left the same amount. Inhale, that right arm comes out like a wing, and as you exhale, let's start to thread the needle. So take that hand across the floor, palm up. As you take your hand out to the left, bend your left elbows. You can set your right shoulder down, your right temple. Check to make sure that your hips are over your knees here. Relaxing onto that right arm. Do you have the ability to float your left arm up towards the ceiling? So really let those left fingers reach up and away. Turning your palm to face the wall behind you. Start to drape that arm across your back, reaching for that right hip, inner thigh, hip crease. And then really relax heavily onto that right shoulder, massaging it with the weight of the body. Now on an inhale, let your left arm just float back up towards the ceiling. Put some weight into that right arm, the entire length of it. That right knee, right shin, and right foot. Tuck your left toes under. Can you lift the left knee, straightening the left leg out, sliding the foot back? Now really push into that right arm, that right leg. Can you float your left leg up away from the floor? Playing a bit with balance. If it's too much, keep the toes on the ground. If you're lifting the left leg, try to ensure your hips stay level. Deep breath comes in as you exhale. Set the toes down, rebend the knee, set it down. Inhale, see if you can reach those left fingers even higher. And now allow the hand to plant in front of the face. Press down and unwind it. Take your right arm out to the right and keep lifting it up. Up, 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 and then relax that right hand down. Come into table. Inhale into cow and hold that pose. Really send the crown towards that tailbone. And as you send that crown back, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Chest pressing through the upper arms. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, draw the tail down, slowly tuck the chin, rounding your back, hold the cat. Press through those palms as though you could push the floor away from you. Good, inhale, neutral table, right hand forward a few inches. Walk it out to the right, the same amount. Changing sides, inhale, left arm like a wing. Thread the needle now, left hand, palm up, slides across the floor as far to the right as it'll go, lowering your right shoulder as you come down. Side of the head coming down. Make sure your hips are over your knees. And if it's available, you can allow that right arm to just float up towards the ceiling. Palm and face that wall to your right. Almost like there was little strings at those fingertips being pulled gently upwards from above you. Take another deep breath in, rotate your palm to face behind you, and now allow the arm to just drape slowly across the back towards that left hip, buttock, hip crease, inner thigh, and breathe. And relax heavily onto that left shoulder and left arm. The shins are parallel to one another, knees and ankles same distance apart. On your next inhale, let that right arm float up. Palm faces the same direction as the face. Now we're going to start to really press into that left arm, that left knee, shin and foot, tucking the right toes as you straighten the leg, sliding the foot back to accommodate that straight leg. Option is to stay here. Option, you can also lift that right foot off the ground, flexing it as it comes up. Really focus the eyes, focus on pressing down through that left arm, through that left leg. Those right fingers are still reaching up. If that right leg is lifted, set the toes down slowly, bend the knee, set the knee down. Take another inhale, reach that right arm even higher, and then plant your hand in front of the face. Lots of pressure in that hand as you inhale. Take the left arm out to the left and keep lifting it up, 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 and then release that hand down. Coming into table, inhaling into your cow. Lifting the chin. Shoulders stay down, away from the ears. Take one more inhale. Exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, round the back. Good, inhale, neutral spine, slide the hands forward just a little bit as you tuck your toes and press it back to downward facing dog. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, set the knees down. And then just set your elbows down behind your wrists so your forearms are parallel. Keeping those forearms parallel, relax your head, look back towards the feet, and start to lift the knees off the ground, coming up into a modified downward dog on your forearms. Try to really push the chest back. Good. Opening up through the shoulders. Take another full inhale, and as you exhale, set the knees down. Reach with your hands for the outsides of the arms and wrap your fingers as far around those upper arms as you can. And then swing those hands forward, make a basket with the hands, thumbs point up, pinky finger that's on the bottom, tuck it in. Press through the forearms, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and now set your head on the floor so that your hands are cupping the back of your head, so don't set your head on your hands. And with your head resting lightly on the ground, again, press down through your forearms, pull the shoulders up and back away from the ears, and start to lift your knees off the ground. Walk your feet towards your face. Pull your shoulders up away from your ears. How close to your face can you get the feet? Can you squeeze your right knee to your chest? Heel towards buttock. And then set the right toes down and draw the left knee into the chest, heel towards the buttock. Can you bring the right leg in to join the left? Doing a full tuck. If you can't, you can set the left toes down. If you're tucking, can you start to lift the legs up slowly? Keep those shoulders pulling up and back, away from those ears. Lots of downward pressure in those forearms. Keep those shoulders pulling up and back, away from those ears. Good. Those of you in a partial half headstand can start to lower the knees down to the ground, take back into child's pose. If you're in full headstand and you'd like to take a variation or two, you can before you take rest in child's pose. Arms can be relaxed in front of you, arms can relax back alongside you. If you've taken all your variations, you can come out of your headstand, take it back into child's pose. Those of you that have already been in child's pose are going to come up for a round of rabbit. If you're just coming into child's pose, stay there. Hands to either side of the head as you straighten the arms, thighs together. Take your head down now onto the floor, as close to the knees as you can get it. And then grab your heels with your hands, and when you're ready, lift your hips away from your heels, stretching out the back of the neck. If you're in child's pose, coming out of your headstand, hands to either side of the head to press up. Thighs together, setting up for rabbit. Those of you in rabbit, one more inhale. Set the hips back down, take child's pose. If you're coming into rabbit, holding those heels, keep the head down, feet down, lift the hips up, rolling towards the back of the head. Good. If you're in child's pose already, hands on the thighs, slowly press up. If you're in rabbit, start to set the hips back down, hands to your thighs, slowly press up, and just allow the blood to continue to drain down away from the face, the head, the neck. So as you go to roll over to one hip, what side are you drawn to roll to? Go the other way and extend your legs forward. Pull all 10 toes back towards you and remove the flesh from underneath those sitting bones. Engage your quads, lift through the crown of the head, draw the shoulders back over the hips, draw the ears back over the shoulders, and now inhale, let your arms come up alongside the ears. Pull those shoulders down. Take another deep breath in, grow even taller as you exhale, lean towards the toes with that chest, reach across the room, start to relax the arms down. Take a gentle grip, maybe you're holding the feet, maybe the ankles, maybe the calves, maybe closer to the knees, draw the belly in. Drag that chest forward through those upper arms, and now relax the head slowly down. Close your eyes as you let that head just hang heavy. Pressing out through the heels, spread those toes and pull all 10 toes towards you. Good. As you inhale, lift the chin, and as you exhale, reach again across the room. Inhale, come all the way up, turn your palms out, and circle the arms down. Plant your feet hip distance width apart. Take your hands shoulder distance apart behind you, about a foot or so. Fingers can either point straight forward or turn around and point straight back. Squeeze those thighs into a hip distance width. And inhale, lift the hips up, send the knees forward over the ankles. As you push your belly up towards the ceiling, make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. And then you can look straight up towards the ceiling, or you can relax your head and look back behind you. Make sure there's no pain in the neck as you do that. If you're feeling pain or pinching, bring the chin slowly back towards your chest. You can always look at the navel instead. Really push into those hands, push into those feet, lift those hips up, up, up. Look forward, lower the seat. Lower one forearm at a time down. Lower your back, your head. Draw your knees to your chest. Hug them in with your hands and just rock side to side. Massaging your back. So determining here as you move, without looking around to see what anyone else is going to do, whether you feel up for a shoulder stand tonight. If that seems like it might be a bit too much, you can go legs up the wall. You can stay on your mat away from the wall and just do legs up. You can do legs and arms up. So what does your body need today at the end of your week? Maybe it's been a long week and you're a bit fatigued. Maybe you've practiced a few times already this week. Maybe that neck's a bit sore from all the shoulder stands you've been in. So really listen to your body and listen to what it needs. Make that determination. And try to come up into the inversion that you're choosing in a safe manner. And those of you that just came up into your shoulder stand, can you draw those elbows in a little closer to one another by crossing your legs at the ankles, squeezing them together, send your toes up, up, up. Maybe the hands can come down towards the shoulder blades a bit, the elbows can come in, and then relax the legs and uncross them again. Try not to let any one part of your body be doing more work than the other. So there's a bit of work with the legs, there's a bit of work with the arms. Back muscles are doing some work, the abdominal muscles are doing some work. You're breathing as deeply and as slowly as you can. So whether you're in shoulder stand or legs up, we can all do this variation of taking the legs really wide apart, keeping the ankles in line with the hips. So try not to let the legs fall forward. Try to keep those legs right in line with those hips. And if you're lying on your back, you can use your hands, if you like, on your inner thighs to help open them further. If you're in shoulder stand, you can take it to Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of your feet together. If you're just legs up, keep the legs wide. And if you're going into Baddha Konasana, try to bring the heel right over top of the perineum as you open your knees as wide as you can. So if the soles of your feet are together, take the legs into that Y shape, nice and wide again. And then on an inhale, let your legs come together. If you're in shoulder stand, you're going to take a deep breath in and take it back into plow pose. And if you're doing legs up, legs, arms up, you can opt to do a little bit of wiggling of the toes and fingers, encouraging a bit more lymphatic drainage. You can also do some movement at the wrist and ankle. Those of you in plow, try to really press the backs of those knees open as the toes come down to the ground. And if they don't come down to the ground, keep your hands supporting your back. If the toes are on the ground, the palms can come to the floor. You can also clasp your hands as you press the length of the arms down. Beautiful. Take another deep breath in. Those of you in plow, press your palms to the floor. Keeping your legs close to your face, start to roll your upper back down to the ground. Try not to bend the knees. Try not to lift the head. Slowly lowering one vertebra at a time through mid-back, right down through into the low back until we're all in the same position with our legs up in the air and the arms come down to the sides of the body. And as you press your palms down to the floor, push the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling and take a deep breath in. Begin to lower your legs down, pushing your heels forward as your legs descend, finding length. Beautiful. And once those heels make contact, reach the arms over the head. Pointing your toes, take a deep breath in, stretch out the length of the body, reach, 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 and relax the arms down. Bringing one arm at a time underneath you with your palms facing down, thumb next to thumb as we prepare for Matsyasana, fish pose. So once you've got thumb next to thumb, lift up your low rib cage a little bit and see if you can wiggle a little bit more of each forearm underneath the body. Legs are still straight. Point your toes, but spread them at the same time. And as you inhale, lift the head, lift the shoulders, look down the front of the body, push your chest right up to the ceiling, and start to relax the head slowly back, releasing yourself down until you make light contact towards the top of your head, and then really press into those arms and really lift the heart. And breathe. Head is lightly on the ground. Getting used to that head being down will allow us eventually to move into different variations of Matsyasana where the arms are no longer underneath us and the arms would eventually lift off the ground. So make sure that there's no pain in your neck, and take one more deep breath in, fill, 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 open the mouth, let that breath go. Inhale, lift the head just enough to tuck the chin, lower your back. Release your arms, walk your feet towards you, and draw your knees loosely in, and just rock a little bit from side to side. Give yourself a massage. Good. As you roll back to center, go ahead and plant your feet on the floor, heels close to the buttocks. Arms like railings alongside the body, palms pressing down, low back pressing down. Make sure that your feet are not wider than your hips. And now inhale, lift the hips up, coming up into bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Can you walk your hands towards each other? Can you clasp your hands, making a fist? Squeeze your shoulder blades together. If your wrist area really starts to pull away from the floor, separate your hands and press the palms flat instead. Good. Now really drive down through those feet, those arms, shoulders, and head, lifting your hips as high as you can, pushing your chest towards your chin. Breathe here. Beautiful. Take one more inhale, rise high on the toes, send your arms to a T, and then start to roll out slowly, one vertebra at a time. Let those hips come down, let the heels come down. Walk your feet as wide as your mat is and let your knees fall towards one another. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let both knees go to the right as you turn your head to the left. Relaxing the arms and the shoulders. See if you can maybe even pick up that right foot and place it on top of that left knee or the thigh just above the knee. If it's too intense, set the foot back down on the ground. Work to your edge. Sthiram Sukham Asana. That place in the pose that's comfortably uncomfortable, firm yet pleasant. No pain involved. Take another deep breath in, and if your right foot is up on that left knee, exhale, slide it down, and then inhale, head and knees to center. As you exhale, just change sides. Let those knees fall to the left, let your head turn to the right. Take a moment. And if you did so on the other side and held it, now the option is there to bring the left foot up onto the right knee or thigh just above the knee, adding a bit of weight. Stretching out that right hip flexor and down the side of that right leg even further. Try to relax through the low back and along the length of your spine. Taking another deep breath in. If that left foot is up, exhale, just let it slide down to the ground. Inhale, head and knees come up to center. Walk the feet towards each other. Pick up your left leg, cross left knee over right knee, and then shift your hips a few inches to the left. Turn your head to the left. So knee over knee, some of you may be even super flexible where you can hook those left toes behind the right leg. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow those legs to melt to the right. Keep your head turned to the left. So legs to the right, head to the left. So Jayashree, you had it right before. So bring your hips back over to the left, cross left over right, and then let your knees fall to the right. Good. So sometimes having the legs crossed is too intense of a stretch and you're really feeling that left shoulder getting pulled too much away from the floor. If that's the case, you can always uncross the legs here as well and just stack knee and ankle. Try to keep both your shoulders resting on the floor. Palms can be up or down. See if you can close your eyes. Breathe through any tight places within your own body. Trying to use your exhales to melt some of that tension away. Just starting to let it go. One more full inhale and exhale. And then when your inhale comes, let your head and your knees slowly come back up. Start to uncross your legs. Shift your hips back to center. Pick up your right leg, cross it over your left leg, knee over knee. Shift your hips a little bit over to the right. Turn your head to the right. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, the legs start to melt over to the left side. Now, right shoulder stays on the ground. Palms up or down, your choice. Just breathe. In through the nose and out through the nose. Let your whole body grow heavy here. Let your whole body relax. Softening through the low back, along the length of your spine. One more full inhale and complete exhale. And when you're ready, inhale through center. Uncrossing the legs as you shift your hips back to center. Draw your knees into your chest, wrap the arms around the legs, and draw the forehead towards the knees, squeezing everything into a little tight ball. Take another full inhale, and now hold the breath. Squeeze face, scalp, neck, shoulders, arms, back, chest, buttocks, legs. Squeeze, 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 and release. And make yourself ready for Shavasana. Do you need a blanket, a pillow over the eyes, socks? Making sure that you're comfortable. Pointing your right toes. Flexing your right foot, lifting that leg 1 inch off the floor, squeezing foot, ankle, calf, knee, thigh, buttock, squeeze, 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 and release it, drop it. Point your left toes. Flex your left foot. Lift that leg 1 inch, start to squeeze the foot and ankle, calf, shin, knee, thigh, buttock, squeeze, 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 and release. Press down through your heels and lift your hips up, squeeze your buttocks, squeeze, 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 and release. Press the heart to the ceiling, push it up, 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 and relax it down. Make fists with the hands, straighten the arms, lift the arms 1 inch off the ground, start to squeeze those hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, shoulders, draw the shoulders towards the ears, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now we depress the shoulders as we extend the fingers, reach, 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 and then relax those arms. Pick up the head, tuck the chin just slightly, and then lower your head gently down. Make any final adjustments with your body, and then allow it to become still. Chin is tucked, the neck is long, and the tip of the tongue rests on the roof of the mouth behind the top front teeth. The rest of the tongue now falls away from the roof of the mouth and sinks heavily towards that throat. And the throat begins to relax, the breath begins to quiet, returning back to a more natural state. The whole body relaxing. Time now to absorb the benefits of your practice. Let everything really sink in. Relax completely. Relax the feet and the legs. Feel them grow heavy and sink down. Relax the hips and the buttocks. Let them soften and melt. Relax the low back and the belly, all of your visceral organs relaxed. Relax the upper back and the chest. Ribs, heart, and lungs, completely relaxed. Relax the hands and the arms. Relax the shoulders. The arms are completely relaxed. Relax the neck, soften the throat, Relax your jaw, your ears, your scalp. Relax your cheeks and your nose, your eyes and your forehead. The entire body is relaxed. The entire body is relaxed. Allow your breath to once again deepen and lengthen. And as you continue to breathe deeply, just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Moving hands and feet, wrists and ankles, letting your head turn side to side. And as you roll your head back to center, start to slide your legs together as you reach the arms over your head, pointing your toes. Take a deep breath in, stretch the body long, and then relax the arms down to your sides. Draw your knees into your chest. Hug them in, rock side to side, massaging your back. Rolling over onto your right side, just pause here. Notice how you feel. Thank yourself for showing up. Send a silent thank you out to those who join you within the space. Thankful for all the teachers that have come before us, allowing us to be here on our mats. And I'm so grateful that I get to share these practices of yoga with you. As you press into your left palm and your right elbow, start to make your way slowly up to seated, eyes still closed. Stacking ears over shoulders and shoulders over hips, palms together, hands at the heart. Ending our practice with the chanting of Om one time. Take a deep breath in. And then we fold forward, hinging from the hips, lowering the forehead towards the ground. The hands can come down to support you as you seal in this practice. And let it go. I honor that place in you where the entire universe resides, that place of love and light and of truth and peace. And when you reside in that place in you and I reside in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. If you have any questions, let me know. I think I killed Christopher.